think we've succeeded this week. I think we've done a good week.
Yeah, I'm pleased with them all. I think they're all good.
Those are so good. Yay!
I can feel both improving, and I feel like that's really nice. Like, I feel like because of it starting to get something out of it just by learning new things, I feel like it's starting to show.
And every time we're like, by the end of it, do we pick this week?
Yeah.
This is. I know you've been dreading this one, and I'm so sorry. I've just pulled this. It is something we have spoken about quite a bit. Is this one? And
it's okay. It's fine. I'm
it is.
About it.
See you in 3 days.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye.
Hi guys, so this is my week on behind the scenes footage. This week is actually night photography, and unfortunately for the past few days it has been terrible weather outside. So my initial idea, which I was going to use, I'm going to scrap it off and I'm going to try it another day when the weather is much better. The original idea was that I was going to be stood under a street lamp with my mobile phone. My silhouette should essentially be backlit. It's an idea that I think I'm hopefully going to be playing with another time when the weather isn't quite as bad, as I think it would look really nice. So it would be my own silhouette with the phone in my hand, the phone would be lighting my face, and I'd be under the street lamp lighting. To take the idea of night photography indoors, what I'm going to do is play with the idea that when I wind down before I go to sleep, what I like to do is either chill out in bed or play on Nintendo Switch or sit with my mobile phone, and I just wanted to have that kind of warm fuzzy feeling shown in the picture. The angle of the photo will be looking up the bed with me sitting in it. I think with the Nintendo Switch it's going to be a better because it's going to have a wider screen highlighting my face, and then I'm going to have little accents around the room, so my fairy lights, my little lanterns above my head, any kind of candles or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is layer up this picture and create something just kind of warm and fuzzy, but it's night photography, so it's obviously going to be quite dimly lit. But it's that challenge of working with quite low lighting in the room and trying to make the best of what I have there. For me, I've never tried anything like this before, so the whole kind of practice and learning behind it is going to be a bit of a steep learning curve, and I'm quite excited to do it, so I'm going to see how I get on with it. So let's give this a try. So I think that's all my shots done for this picture. Look at the state of me, oh my gosh. I've had fun putting this one together, but there were certain aspects of it I found a little bit frustrating. I couldn't connect my remote trigger from my phone to my camera and actually work the settings properly, so it's something I need to kind of practice with a little bit more. Hopefully all the images that I've got will kind of gel together and create quite a nice little image. I did have fun in some aspects, but I think I can't describe it. I'm just a little bit kind of underwhelmed by what I've come up with, so hopefully once I kind of get it into my editing suite I'll see what I can do to it to create a really nice image. I think it's just because it's something I haven't done before, so it's something I do need to practice with, and that's the whole point in this whole series, is to kind of look into aspects that I haven't done before. Hopefully I haven't hit a brick wall with this one, we shall see. So I'm going to go and stick these on my computer now and edit them up for you guys to see, and then I'm going to go to bed. Night night!
Hello!
Hello!
How you doing?
Yeah, it was a tricky week.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest at kind of low light photography like that, so it was a bit of a challenge.
Neither am I. The one thing I really struggled with as well was I really wanted to do something outdoors, and weather. Scottish weather, not my friend. That caused a few issues.
Yeah, that was my main problem as well. So I wanted to do one kind of under a street lamp outside, and the past few days just been horrible rain. So I scrapped that idea and took it indoors instead. But in saying that, oh my gosh, it was such hard work trying to get my camera to focus in low light like that.
I really struggled with grainy pictures.
Yeah.
Like super grainy pictures. Because my initial idea, this is completely different what I've ended up doing. I wanted to go out and use one of the vans in the headlights. So we've got quite a lot of like little country forest roads, and I wanted to be like amongst the trees with just the headlights shining through, and maybe like one of us stood in front of the headlights or something. I don't know. I had all these big plans. And then Scotland happened.
That's really, it's almost a really similar idea to what I had. So I was going to be under a street lamp, like be backlit. So I was going to set on my flash behind me, so I would end up silhouetted. So really similar ideas that we were kind of going for. But yeah, also weather. I took it indoors. Wanted to do something kind of a little bit more quirky and a little bit more fun this week. So I think although the quality isn't as good as I'd like it, I think I'm happy with the overall picture because I think it works.
My thing as well was I struggle with how light it is at the moment to late.
Yeah.
So I'd be sat and I'm like, oh, it is night, but it's like daylight.
Yeah.
I tried something that was quite close to home, but yeah, I don't know. So it's coming.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Your tomatoes.
Yeah, so I've been growing quite a lot of veg this year, and these are my baby tomato plants. And so I had this really big idea for the garden where I've got some big tomato plants. These are only little ones, but I have big tomato plants, and I was pushing the shadow up the side of the shed with a light.
So they look like creepy plants.
Yeah, and it looked like a creepy monster, and it was fine. But the problem I had was the kitchen light was causing it to be quite sort of, it just didn't look right, and it was taken away from the shadow, and again it was really grainy, which I was kind of sad about because it had potential. So I was out there and I'm thinking, right, well, you know, what can I do? And actually I used my phone underneath as a light. So I put my phone in the soil. This is true commitment to this project. And sort of tried to play with the shadows coming up through the tomatoes.
That's lovely though, because there's a really nice little like rim light on them on each sleeve.
Yeah. That's what I quite like about it.
I really like that. I think that's very food photography-ish.
That's quite out of my comfort zone. I don't really.
Yeah, but that's like, you know, when they document like the process of foods and kind of the history and background of different foods and cultures and stuff. That's the kind of thing that you see, and that's really nice. Really.
And it's funny because it's totally off what I had in mind. I had this idea of the van lights as one idea, and then I had an idea of going around the other side of our bay and shooting a picture at night back over our little coastal village, and I just thought it's quite, for me, it just felt quite obvious, and I didn't want to just do something really obvious. So I've sent you the other one, which you can see, which I like for other reasons.
Is that a slug? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
And I quite like that the shadow makes it like this huge dark trail. But yeah, I think out of the two, I preferred the tomatoes in the end.
I think that the tomatoes is a really, really nice picture, and I love the slug just because it's a slug. It's amazing.
So,
I wasn't expecting that. So
it's not my greatest, but considering what I had to play with,
it's difficult. It really is, working in such low light and then trying to come up with something that's kind of just a little bit different as well. It's really tricky, and hats off to anybody who does that as a kind of main focus of their photography, because it is so hard.
I kept trying to do all these things with my phone torch or a torch or whatever to try and cast these nice shadows, and eventually it looked like daylight on half my pictures. I was like, it doesn't even look like nighttime.
So yeah, you got these ideas how to get the settings right in the camera as well. It's like, oh.
So in the end, I was like, right, that's it.
No, that's really cool. I love the tomato one though. That's again, your colours just amazing. But yeah, this one I have to admit, this one is kind of similar to week one in the multi-shot photograph, because I ended up layering up quite a few pictures in this one. I think if anything, it's the quality that I'm not happy with because of the grain in it. And trying to get my camera to focus in low light, I struggled.
I love it. Yeah, I love that.
You can see where I was going with the idea anyway, but I was using my phone as a remote trigger again. I was still trying to get the hang of it. So when you're trying to focus on something in a pitch black room, your camera just doesn't want to focus with it. So I don't know. I need to play with the settings, if anything, but I literally tried winging it. It was fun because I did like light trails and things as well, and That's something I'd not done before.
How did you get your light trails?
So put it on a really slow shutter.
Yeah.
But then I had to adjust the aperture as well, just to allow, because with the slow shutter, your camera's going to let in a load more light. So I had to adjust the camera settings a little bit more than for the rest of it. I've copied and pasted and then flipped it, so it's the same trail but back to front on the other side.
Oh, I think that's great. I love that. I think you should be really proud of that. It's really good. I love it.
I wish it had just been that little bit more in focus and a little bit less grain, but as I say, I've not done anything like that before.
The thing is, that's the whole point of this, though, is that we're taking away from it and we're doing things that we'd never ever do.
No, well, this is one that we'd spoken about so many times before, and we were both pretty apprehensive about it. Yeah. It's the one that we kind of had a running joke of, oh, well, at least it's not night photography. Yeah. So I think it pushed us both. I don't think we were in our most comfortable kind of scene with it, but
no,
I think we gave it a good shot.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think they're really good. I absolutely love yours.
Thank you. I love yours as well. So I can see that on like a food photography kind of forum or something. I love it.
No, I think they're good. I like those.
Yeah. Cool. So let me just get the.
No.
One second, I'm going to give it a proper shake because I'm scared about the next one and I don't want it to be.
Get into the last few that are
Please be nice, please be nice, please be nice. This one. Oh! What were the chances?
I've got to mine already.
How am I going to compete with that? Oh no. I'm going to get baking. I'll see you in 3 days.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.